when everyone is already feeling kind of low. So that'll be interesting to look towards as well between the two teams. But Michael, before maybe talking about the head-to-head, do you want to chat about the veto and what we're thinking about that as we head into the game?
Well, I don't have the veto. I don't know if you have the veto.
I don't have it either.
Yeah,
we're
gonna find out very quickly. First map in the series is Mirage, and this is, I would assume, oh, actually says in the top, it is Monte as the selector of this map, which I guess is not really a surprise. They'd see the bounce between Anubis and Mirage, and NiP have been liking to pick Mirage as of recently as well. They usually like to go with a Vertigo, but I think ever since the changes to Vertigo, they've been straying away from it, like many other teams have. So we'll, I'm sure, see through the veto a little bit more after this round. Pistol, of course, Monte setting themselves up inside of Palace with 4, ready to just throw util out from ramp.
Is going to be the one to look to find Rez. Rez playing up top will have a chance to find a few, but Isaac's already stolen one from him. Diha in the meanwhile trades, but Wrinkle good for another. Those dualies are proving to be troublesome. Mage sails in a bit too deep, and Demka gets given a chance to recover. Recovery, though, is going to be cut short unless the CTs are going to be letting this one slip by, and maybe they have. Maxter and Wrinkle getting caught out one apiece, and now Alex all alone, 1-on-2. No util, no kit, and some very dangerous players.
Oh, yeah, Alex taking a headshot immediately as well does not help his chances. Demka would have to swing out, maybe make a mistake if Alex can find that timing, but Demka is waiting to see just how much noise Alex provides. Position has been compromised, and Diha will actually find good timing to swing out from default. 3 kills from Diha. And between these 2 Ds of Monte, they find all 5.
Fantastic stuff, considering that you lose out the first one to Isaac that quickly. Rez just not being able to find anything despite being undetected over there. You don't really blame him for that, to be honest, because as much as you could say, hey, hold trigger discipline, it's hard to do that when you know it's going to be a Palace push coming out towards you. And he was hoping to find the first one at that place, so yeah, not quite that easy. I also did just check, Michael. NiP have only won Mirage once within the past couple of months. It is who is currently not doing too hot for themselves either.
Well, yeah, that's not exactly a very reassuring stat to have provided.
Yep.
But a reassuring anti-eco for Monte. They will happily take that.
I believe that the veto is here on HL TV, so we can just quickly run through that one as well. It is Monte picking Mirage, NiP picking Ancient, and then Nuke being the leftover map. I don't think Ancient's too much of a surprise for NiP, despite the fact that they did have a bit of a rocky match up against Gun 5 on that earlier on. It was 13-11 victory for them, where it didn't always seem like they had their chickens in order, but no chickens in Mirage, and Monte is going to be hoping to roost up in the B site. Maxter will be forced to interrupt. The flash is good, but Demka's shot is great.
Yeah, Alex is trapped. Can't even get his one. Krasnal, a nice solid clear, making use of the Molotov as well, being down. Wasn't exactly clear shooting there for Alex, and just the fact that these players are so segmented, they only have smokes available, no kits. NiP will save. And sometimes all it takes, 2 quick entries. NiP were ill prepared for a proper B-site siege.
Yeah, Demka's fine. If he wants to stay, he can stay. Shooting like that.
Yeah, I mean, Demka... I mean, really, even in the early stages of that Monte roster, I remember being quite excited because I always looked at Demka as being a very solid pair of hands. I never seemed to make these massive blunders when he's holding bomb sites. And there was a period on Monte where he actually did almost look like a liability, but he's improved his game a lot.
I do wonder about how much his game might suffer over the next few months as a course of, losing out sort of Waro and SDY. Because, I mean, I have no insight into the team itself, but from the outside looking in, it did feel like that period of him having a bit of a slump and getting out of it. It felt like there was a lot of influence from SDY and Waro changing their own styles to sort of integrate him into it as well, and then bring him back to the fray. And it really felt like a conscious effort to reel someone out of water. And it paid off, right? It paid off in spades. Demka arguably became maybe even their best player for a little while.
And they've had many different periods on the side of Monte where different people have been their best player. I remember at the start of CS2, Krasnal was way overperforming his usual output on this team. And they started to shift their attention to Krasnal, you know, being like an entry and round closer for them. He was kind of doing it all. And then, since then, has had a bit of a deterioration in form, but I think he's still above what I think he started out on this Monte roster. You know, the types of numbers we'd expect to see out of him. It's been nice to watch the active improvement of these players. I remember at one point, sort of early into the Monte journey, we had a talk with Krasnal about him actually probably not wanting to play in the Polish scene again. Because he had a poor experience qualifying for, I think, ESL Pro League, and then I think getting kicked from his team.
Yeah.
Just as that happened, and that betrayal. I don't think any of these players that he's playing with were ever a part of that, but kind of shied him away from playing with his countrymen. He's back.
Rez has been wanting to play with his countrymen for quite a while now, and right now it pays off. Got out of the bomb, but I don't think the bomb itself would have registered. Alex looking for a little bit more, and it's Krasnal to punish. Krasnal right into the site. Hero's untraditional path of routing to the back of the bomb site, but Rez will still punish. Looks out for more. It's 3 already. Now with Demka to try and keep things under control, it's Isaac who's found by Wrinkle, and Demka's doing it all. Where Rez stood tall, Demka looks to do the same. He's put his heels on, and it's time to try and stick them into the toes of Wrinkle. Wrinkle is foraying forward. He is the one on whom the information burden lies. They do not know whether the bomb is recovered or not, and he's turned around! Patience from Demka, and he takes it home. 4 for Monte.
Yeah, I mean, that is perfectly done there from Demka. He stops, freezes, he knows he has the clock to play off of, and he just simply doesn't have the health to trade if he ends up in an active gunfight. Even with the fact that Wrinkle had that AWP, it is still such a risk. He doesn't know if that information has been relayed about him being low health. And so he just picks a spot, holds to see what Wrinkle does, because, like you said, the burden of information was on him about whether or not he retrieved that bomb, or how far he could have repositioned. And Demka chose the exact right spot. That was another one of these hectic bursts. The one that Monte will be happy they got away with, considering Rez putting up a good performance in defense of that site. I'm not quite an explosive round out of Monte, and so NiP will be afforded the luxury of time to formulate their own minor aggressive moves. Some information being gathered here by Isaac. There is an absence of pressure at that A ramp.
Look at this lean.
Yeah, they're starting to gravitate away from the A-bomb site, which is maybe a questionable call. They still have Krasnal inside of the B apartments on the side of Monte, who can actually start to hunt for information. I mean, it's likely if Krasnal tries to search, he'll be caught by the AWP of Wrinkle. But there would actually be no players designated to this B bomb site, so this call to go up short is the right one.
Krasnal might be found out, but they now know that Wrinkle's the only one here. No, they're not committed yet. Demka found. They don't take the effort of tossing in a flashbang, anything like it, to try and force away Wrinkle. Now that they do, Hades gets one. He needs more, and that's where Diha comes in. But the time is ticking down. The crossover comes in. Hades misses a shot, and now has to recover the round with the bomb planted. It all comes down to what Isaac can find in from apartments, as his flank will be crucial, but will he be checked? No, he won't be, but he's revealed position. Diha good for the first. Drop down for Isaac. Hasn't been registered just yet. Hades now alone. 1-on-2. Position known. Not good for the first, and he won't be for the second either.
Yeah, I mean, really nice kills there from Wrinkle in first defense of that bomb site. He got his kill onto Krasnal. His adjustment to short is perfect. and then Rez to sweep up the pieces. But that's really great routing there from Isaac. After he had sort of shot too soon on his flank, revealed his position, he did not just continue extending out from the apartments. Had he done so, it looked as though Hades was probably going to lock him down with that AWP. But by circumventing that cover, Hades loses his sitemate, and then they can play the 2v1 versus the AWP. Even in small failings, Isaac's able to be a massive nuisance on that flank. Wow, really fast out mid, and even though Wrinkle was in the right spot with that AWP, unable to connect. Monte are searching A though, and there's actually no one on the site proper. Isaac, it's a critical fight to win. He doesn't suspect Demka to be all the way out. Nice kill in response. Wrinkle caught and segmented off from the site by a Molotov, but he still has a sight line over the top of it, and so Demka will lose his head.
Molotov doesn't quite bounce inside of jungle, and as a result of that, he's got that extra man advantage quickly reversed, but Wrinkle is feeling feisty. There's a reason why this guy's got all the hype around him. This is it. He doesn't wait for the duels to come to him. He goes to the duels instead. 4 kills. And what a way to do it. NiP find their second.
Yeah, I mean, Wrinkle's fast, isn't he? Perfect shooting. Once again, perfect decisions. Even with him being active at the start of the round, he just remained active, even with Monte finding this counter response by taking control through A. He started ladder room, ended up jungle, and then routed back to short. And I mean, Monte, it would be hard for them to keep tabs on where he was. Oh, well. Nice opening kill from Rez, and a little awkward. Oh my god, what?
Okay, wow.
This is pure instinct.
Rez coming in. More. NiP gives them the third round. Monte will not be coming into the next one with a full buy in terms of utility. They will have to make some small sacrifices, but nothing large enough to provide them an excuse of losing. I do also wonder about how committed Hades is to being IGL, right? Because obviously I think for someone like Device and the like, even though there was a fair share of skepticism, there was still the assumption that he's probably going to do it out till the end of the year and whatnot. We are moving into the place where Monte did not make the armor. They are not going to be making the major. If there will be roster changes to be coming, then it will be now compared to later on for other teams. There are going to be options, and if Hades is able to perform at a higher level, which we all know he is, and that can't be true while he's IGLing, I wouldn't be surprised to see him drop out of that sort of sword of Damocles position.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big responsibility to bear while also still having to put up good numbers on that AWP, right? You see quite a few of these AWPing in-game leaders struggling to get consistency in that regard. I think Device himself has had a couple, I mean, more than a few series now where he's, I guess, struggled to find his stride. You think about the strife that Fallen has, and, you know, Cadian, Jame himself, actually. I think this is the one period in Virtus Pro where Jame is actually having a lot less impact on his AWP than, you know, previous versions of Virtus Pro. So it's not as though AWPing in-game leaders are, at the moment, in a great place. But I think the main conversation is about, you know, what in-game leaders exist that are worth taking the risk on. You know, that's one of the, I guess, positives about NiP making their choice and moving forward with Alex, is there actually aren't many in-game leaders you can, I guess, shop around for that you think that I think a lot of teams would actually wager would shift up the dynamic and elevate their squads.
That is one of the things about buyouts, right? Where it feels like we are now in a place where the organization that finds the next good IGL and the next good AWPer, or even just an IGL plus one good player, they are destined to find top 25, top 20 maybe, as long as they can keep a hold on to that. So the goal for a lot of these orgs is, hey, let's get to a surface level, sure, but then let's get to that player who's going to allow us to do what Monte did, to do what Ents did, to do what Gamer Legion to a smaller extent did as well.
And I think to a point, if it really came to that, Hades doesn't want to hold in-game leading responsibilities, they would have loved to have snacks. You know, it is one of those situations where if G2 hadn't taken snacks, I'm sure the prospect of being full Polish and, you know, moving forward with a legend of the game from your own domestic scene would have been rather tantalizing, but...
Hey man, they could always have Taz. Damn it, G2, come on! Stop ruining the Polish dream!
What about Neo? No, the FaZe!
Ah, these bloody tier 1 teams. Keep just trying to get these Polish leaders.
Yeah, get Pasha away from performance sports, maybe. Where's Bialy?
I mean, but... You know, just to continue on the point, right? Like, you even think about, for example, Apex and their meteoric rise, and then, you know, also very quick demise. Let's
Sure.
forget about that for a second. You look at Kixen. No one was taking a chance on Kixen before.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think Kixen came from the all Macedonian roster, Blue Jays before that. Yeah, he was on Blue Jays before Apex. Comes to Apex, he's there for exactly a year. In that year, for the first half year, they're able to find, you know, a couple of these good riflers, surround Kixen with that as well, and he just elevates them to the point where they can go to a major. Sure, what they did at the major is a different point, but even going to a major, the financial windfall that is, I think a lot of these organizations that are trying to seriously break into the tier 2/tier 1.5 space, that's what you need to look towards.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and you probably don't see... You maybe don't even see Maus like reinvest into Shue if they didn't make the grand finals of a major.
For sure.
They let him go after he stood in for Gamer Legion, then they qualified, and you know, I imagine there was a little bit of a conversation about him coming back, because I don't think they wanted to let him go, but they also didn't want to deny him the opportunity.
I think they also didn't. I think. Okay, so I don't know where I read this, so I might just be making this up in my head. Wasn't there a clause in the sort of sell to Gamer Legion that, hey, we can buy him back later on, like the way sports does it?
Yeah, there may have been.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like an official loan, for example. It was a severance, so...
Of course. Let's figure out this conversation and go to a quick break while we figure out what exactly is going on. Guys, we're going to be back after a short one. Hopefully, at least. See you in a bit.
In the middle, babe, and I give you all of my heart. If I meet you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Would you give me all your love? Would you give me all your love? Could you give me all your love? Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I give you all of my heart. Meet you in the middle, babe. Would you give me all your love? Could you give me all your
getting back into the action. Quite literally, there are grenades, there are smokes. What's going on? It's a war zone.
Oh god. Oh no, K!
K! You gotta know about the last minute spread. It's a midnight PB&J and he's been taken down.
He was being so greedy. He just thought as soon as it didn't spread initially, he could get away with that, but better safe than sorry. It wasn't like he was gonna swing, so may as well have had that smoke ready. Oh, a bad first kill to give up.
Very tilting. Not demure at all. Nor mindful.
Just free. Like, no risk to NiP at all.
Oh, what a shot from Diha. I thought Isaac had that one any day. He was completely ready for it. Diha, though, dismantling while making noise. Rez knows that no one is boosted up into the window. Rinko. Oh, he's not ready for Demka. He's even giving up the scope as well. And he's going to be found out because of it. Demka takes him down. With that, now it's all up to Diha. And he's been a monster on these entries. No different now. Finally eliminated, but although Alex may have dealt with the boogeyman, he still doesn't know what else is under the closet. He does not want to stick around to find out.
Oh, wait. They're going to go for this now. I mean, the fact they've brought it to 2-on-2 so rapidly after that bomb is planted. They have kits available. They're just really conscious of the fact there could be lurkers.
Well, they need to be conscious about Kraskell right now. Alex has got a 1v1 to take, and although he might be pre-firing, gives up his position. Demka is going to be safely nestled right back into a main. Alex isn't taking the peek, and Demka will take him down. There you go.
Yeah, really nicely done from Monte. Some great entries there from Diha after they seeded that first kill inside of middle. Yeah, he's just going to be happy that his blunder from second Delpan didn't have ramifications on the round. Will, of course, hurt their economy, but happy to get another round under their belt, and they can bounce their economy right back should they find consecutive round wins. Like NiP are going to have unlimited funds either.
Remember, guys, hurt economies, not feelings. Don't be toxic. Kraskell, though, in he goes, and he's been hurt himself, stabbed in the back, but quickly response is there. Demka will take down Masher as a punishment. You have to keep in mind that K is going to be lurking in through middle. All in the meanwhile, Rez is trying to be a little bit more wary and mindful about what could be coming through from a main. Hades is trapped inside. K's found Wrinkle, and with that elimination, they should know that the B bomb site is the line of attack, but they had to deal with Hades before they rotate.
Yeah, the problem will be that even though K has this position on short, it's not like he can actually stop them from rotating in through market. He will have very little that he can provide to these players, and with Diha so low, it might leave Demka abandoned.
Molotov doesn't go quite deep enough. It's only to try and deny out the backside, and that's not where any of the CTs are. Not yet. Isaac is now in. Over he goes, but he's been spotted out. The bomb can be dialed in, but it won't matter. Isaac gets one. Demka reveals position for a little bit more, and K never left short, so he's going to be coming right back in to get right. They know where K is. Adjustment is fantastic, and now with his elbow and leg showing off, K baits out Reds into a duel who, well, he wasn't going to win it any day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of wild that Demka gets away with another kill. Did so much damage into the player on the bomb site. And after they lose the bomb planter, K realizes that he has to fight forward and actually help Demka in that situation, even though the bomb is planted for him. And so just getting that position back to get right made a massive difference. And NiP, they'll call a timeout. They know their money isn't in a great spot, but they also came so close. They had a decent read on how that round was developing. Just simply couldn't finish off kills. I think there might even be a conversation about how quickly they give up territory on those anchor players. He was heavily unoccupied.
Tough loss for NiP. Now we are going to see Monte likely finding a 7th pretty much for free.
Nothing is free in Counter-Strike.
It really isn't. You think the game is free,
Yeah, that's
but it
true.
takes your soul. And I gave it up, and I'd do it again.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my god, no.
Oh my goodness, no, he's gone, and there could be another one. K is completely locked in. A Flash is his only friend, and sure, it's being pretty damn friendly right now. K has saved the day.
Might not be saved just yet. Isaac has an AK, but that's a hell of a shot from K. Oh my goodness. I thought he was going to have another utility blunder. He pulled his nade out the wrong time to support Demka top middle, and then he more than makes up for it. Massive 4K.
You're right, nothing is free in Counter-Strike. I take all my words back.
Yeah, that got really dangerous. It keeps their economy humble. You know, if NiP answer back, Monte will have really poor funds for the following round. It could end up in a 5-round defense here from NiP, but look at them just journeying the smoke. The flash is timed well as well. Isaac taking head clear off. He was that sole A-side defender. And this layered execute here from Monte is looking good. Alex even gunned down in spawn.
That is such good timing on the YouTube. You have to love that. Monte clearly put some homework into that one. And obviously, look, A-side Mirage finishes. It feels like everyone's done it all at one point or the other. But the timing on those flashes, those little things that give them information about where Isaac is as well. Turning the corner right as he's going to be blinded. Also getting visibility, getting that dual isolated, taking over the site. It's really good stuff.
It is the perfect call, given how con heavy and NiP's intention to fight for middle. Isaac didn't quite realize what hit him before it was too late.
Terrorists win.
Well, good news for NiP is that by saving those 3 guns, they do have another buy, working on max loss bonus. But it's a silver lining. It was also what has otherwise been a pretty poor CT side. Nuke and Mirage are the only 2 maps I think we have in the pool currently. I backchecked after I said Nuke was the only one, but Mirage is also CT leaning. Has not been the case this game. Wrinkle had to go for an aggressive line towards under, and even after the flash re-swung, and they even had a player top mid on the side of Monte. Krasnal's all the way out towards B, but Maxter, great reposition. I mean, he knows he has Krasnal completely dead to rights, so that's a free kill on B.
Finishing on A is going to be very difficult as well with 2 players already here.
Yeah. That goes to show, you know, how many times NiP have vacated that B bomb site before it's actually necessary. Krasnal actually was searching for a player, but maybe thought, oh, it's free again.
Molotov is a little bit early out into A main. You're going to have Hades being able to walk all the way in the meanwhile. It's this duel versus Isaac, which will honestly be the difference maker, but Isaac's not even looking for that duel. He's watching out for the Palace push to come through. Hades doesn't have a free line of fire, and well, the free line of fire is instead to K, who's been a dangerous man, and that danger will finally be eliminated. Close range, missed shots. Wrinkle comes in from behind with that stolen AK. Will get the 1. Second will be his punishment, and Hades is still feeling frisky in this round. 20 seconds, time is low, bomb on his back, but now a crossfire to deal with as well. Smoke is incredibly annoying. Rez can try and duck behind it and make sure that he can still find the kill as well if need be. Hades will be given nothing, and with 10 seconds, he will not even be given a chance to save at this rate. Oh, bomb plant, tapped out. Maxter knows it's sort of full defuse. Rez is the one tossed with actually pushing forward, and Maxter can get the backstab. 4th round for NiP as we go into the break. Can they continue on from that success? Let's find out after a bit.
You got me feeling some way, like I might be stuck in a dream. Let's stay here till the day breaks, feeling like I never wanna leave. Keep moving till the sunrise. You're taking my mind out to sea. Fall in love at low tide. I'm thinking we should never leave. So let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing Let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing Now we've been dancing all night. You take me to a place I wanna be. So let's ignore the sunlight. All that matters now is you and me. So let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing Let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing Let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing Let's keep going till the night is almost gone. 'Cause I feel like singing
Well, a pretty one-sided half here on the pick of Monte, a very successful T-side campaign that NiP will be wishing they got more out of. A lot of lurking plays, a lot of sporadic entries from Monte in that first half, and we'll see whether NiP can put together a successful siege there on Monte's pick or not. T-side pistol, and Rez has a P250. He's well armored as well. And NiP, I think they'll look to try and converge onto this A bomb site, maybe courtesy of Wrinkle inside of Palace.
It is a very silent ascent through connector. Krasnell is the one who's trying to take it a quick jiggle now and then, but I mean, that flashbang to try and get them into jungle is clear cut. Demka good for one. He's turned around, clears out a main. Diha and Hades are making short work of everyone trying to enter the A site, and Monte will take this pistol round away unless Rez and Maxter can pull something together. The Swedish duo. Rez, long range, was given so much space to climb in through jungle and the murder hole, but he will find himself put to rest, put to grave. Maxter has a chance to try and make the bomb over into the B bomb site, but with Diha's rotation, maybe not Demka, is brought down to 2.
This is a good call from Maxter, holding his spot, waiting. He could be walking through CT right now, or could be repositioning into market. Knows that he has Demka on low health. Demka trying to sound bait like he's running away. Starting to clear, and Demka, great timing. Went hunting just to try and get info on Maxter, and he catches him with his pants down. Monte, CT pistol, pulls through.
No bomb plant for NiP either, despite the fact that they got a lot of map control actually going into this early portion of... Should have been a few fair duels, but honestly, Demka turning around and getting that first player going into jungle also disrupted the timing of things so much.
Yeah.
NiP only wanted to put 2 players into jungle there, and then it just becomes confusing. Well, we thought we had 2 over here. Rez is now alone. He can't really make a play the same way. They're not really rotating. Alex on the Glock, cut out.
Some nice work from Monte on this map. They won't miss a beat versus these unarmored pistols. Not a single casualty, and they'll be more than happy for that fact. Put themselves on double digits. 3 more to close out this map. NiP need to find success in this first gun round.
I would have liked to see Hades buy the op over here. He decides not to. He's got the easy head armor upgrade that it's very hard to resist as any, but he'll be able to just dig into the M4, plus a little bit more utility, and there you have it. NiP really have one chance to try and turn things around. After this, things will be falling apart for them a little bit too quickly. And with the way that Monte are stacking this, wow. They've left their MP9 onto the B bomb site to feel incredibly lonely. He's used most of his utility, and while doing so, they've got an aggressive both towards A main, and maybe not quite aggressive towards Palace, but just trying to keep an eye out for a lurker there. So this faster flank in from K and Demka is going to be crucial, and with the fact that NiP has delayed that mid take, this could be very troublesome, but at the same time, Hades is rotated away from A. So unless NiP freeze, which it feels like they're doing, they had a timing to get to the A side.
Yeah, this is bad. Developing really poorly here for NiP. They are heavy in mid. They need to get up short and round that corner fast. There's flanks on both top mid as well as the B apartments. This kill is so free here for K. They jump themselves into ladder room, but they may think that's the only flank they have to deal with.
And it's not. Demka's coming in from behind, and he might not even be given the chance. Grassel good for the one as they don't check the angle. Hades is also covering it all off, and it turns out that that flank will never even be revealed.
Such
like poisoning their food, but then slitting their throat just for good measure.
I mean, that is such a brave decision to go for in the first gun round. Of course, they still have these SMGs, and so they want to try and be active with it. At the same time, you know, NiP are hoping for a more standard round. And Monte start 4A, they use that extra presence to take control through ramp, and their timing on that flank to go and commit to double as well was so well done. Even the sort of tertiary and the backup players, I guess, on that A bomb site, able to rotate and support B because they knew exactly what NiP were going for. They needed to win that first gun round, and it was devastatingly shut down.
Well, NiP are going to be countering it out with a force play and hoping that they can be a little bit devastating with this as well. I have my doubts, but hope is never a bad thing.
Aggressive peek from Hades. And while Maxter does find one onto the bomb site itself, well, no, the target here for NiP is this A bomb site. Boost up is quite nice, but gets caught jumping. Timing from Hades is perfect, and even spotted that player inside of the inside of Palace as well. They do still have Rez lingering inside of middle, but timings. I mean, that's forcing his fight into sandwich. And the last two players just remain with Deeks for NiP. They went all in. They bought. And so the next round won't be any prettier as far as the guns are concerned. That's a tilter.
That's rough. That's a very nice shot from Rez to start things off in the campaign. There's still another isolated two.
Yeah, didn't make it.
We don't talk about it. It's fine. Look, there is an isolated fight for him to take, and now the AK recovered. Time is really his biggest enemy, but time is not going to be relevant if he can find that first gun and reset. But reset just wasn't there. Crastle is there to provide cover. I can't recover the AWP, but I don't know if Monte really cares.
I mean, Demka could always drop one as well if they really feel as though Hades needs that gun. And they will drop it over to him. So it's a very costly round, but all they need is one more to close out this map.
That's what we saw. That's what we said about Gen 1 as well in the upper bracket. It's one round easier than what Saw had to do. NiP, you have it in you. Maybe not. Eddie starts off strong, re-peeks back over as well. Demka's reveal position. Isaac will refrag, but the spam actually pushes Hades away. More flashes from Demka as he continues to try and take these fights in middle, but Alex out in A is good for one. Grassel refacing in, re-peeking again and again. He's all alone, but look at how much health is on these players. 5 in total. And Grassel knows it, but he's turned around. He's gone through the murder hole. Alex was feeling too scared.
Yeah. Oh, that could have been his chance. But he should know that Krasnal has rotated. He's just maybe not sure about whether he's committed to B or A. Never mind, he seems pretty focused on the idea that he will be inside of market. Krasnal, loud. Does he clear it? Answer is no. Alex just making sure he doesn't fumble the kill. Wow, that round really could have turned either way.
Yeah.
Krasnal maybe being a bit more conscious. There was always a path that he could have won it. Just stray bullets. An explosive round out of Alex, though, for him to have gotten those 2 kills out from Palace. If not for that, then Monte would have already been singing happy tunes about their win here. Diha started with the AWP.
Sometimes you gotta do it. Diha's going in for another one, and that is too much. And he's trying to nade it backwards, perhaps. I don't think that's going to be working out. Neither is doing too much damage. So 4 versus 4, and you're really looking out towards Demka to try and make a play in from window whenever he is able to do so. Wrinkle in front of him is already traversed into jungle. Call's not there, and Hades has no idea. This is going to be a kill for free at least, and maybe even more than that. Hades dead, and I don't know if he'd seen the throws of K as he was stepping forward, but it is still 3-on-3, and K still has a main control. Bomb has to make its way back out from Sandwich. If K was taking sightlines, he could have maybe punished, but in the meanwhile, Demka will fall. And Krasnal will be late to the party.
They will be suspicious of ramp, but they won't clear it. Isaac's still playing close, tucked to the corner. Open plant. Be expecting that Red to die first. Isaac does turn, and there's an AK now within grasp. K gets that into his possession. Wrinkle fighting from Sandwich, but not enough bullets there for K to make use of a long spray. And Krasnal will just retrieve that AWP and run. Huge round from Wrinkle. I mean, the flank in from window, and then the angle he takes up to deal with Demka in window is that secondary kill. It's perfect manipulation. That's a hard angle for Demka to have to clear.
Kind of wild that Diha goes in for the repeat back in through the bottom side of connector for that frag as well, I won't lie.
I feel as though Diha probably started with the AWP simply because he had the best spawn to peek from window, and once he got that kill, I'm sure Hades is asking, Diha, you want to give me the AWP now? And then Diha swings, fights bottom con, and then loses the big green.
Even if we were to be more charitable, maybe Hades is just saying, hey, you take another peek and then I'll take it back from you. And then when he's all that deep, it's I can't take it back from you there if you
I didn't realize what I was actually agreeing to.
Well, Hades has his beloved in his hand now. He is immediately double smoked off. That doesn't feel great. Is there a play to be made with a short crawl up for the CT side? No, surely not. NiP. Firm control has been gained. Rez always happy to plant himself behind the carts. Feel like that's kind of his spot.
I mean, NiP know the only way that they fumble this round is if they somehow lackadaisically clear angles or they walk right into that AWP, so, I mean, understandably very cautious about how they approach the start. Didn't commit too many resources out mid. If there was going to be a force around this AWP, middle could have been a great way for the pistols to sort of close that gap.
Oh! That's not very nice.
No, it's not.
You came into his home and you shot him.
Yeah,
In all fairness, he was standing on top of a very tall pillar, and that's kind of scary.
It's quite a peculiar method to make use of that AWP. Maybe they're not thinking about having to save that into the following gun round. Because you would think if the responsibility was to hold on to connector, keep tabs on jungle, and all of the A bomb site, you would probably have a pistol in accompaniment. Yeah. But Hades had to bear that burden by himself on that AWP.
I mean, more orthodox is definitely just maybe keeping an eye out for Palace, or if you want to be risky, then the ramp peak.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
That'll be a nice gift.
Definitely a downgrade from an AWP, but at the very least it is something, and that is really all the primary weaponry that they are going to have in this round. Monte cannot afford to buy up. This has to be a half buy. You have to keep about 2,500 to 3,500 in the bank.
It'd have been fine at 2k as well. 2,900 is what they'll get in the following round, so it'd be enough for M4 and a lot of the util that you desire.
Good flashback.
Wow.
Hayes found the kill under Rez. Rez is just immediately eliminated. And with that, he has space to reset and play like a pseudo-opera as well. Turn back to the A side if he'd like to. That's where the rest of his team is stacked up. And that's where NiP is headed.
I mean, that was clinical pre-aim there from Kai. And just such a smooth movement as well. It's a hell of an entry to have found. And potential for a late round should it be a finish on A for them to retrieve that weapon. Maybe even move to save that, or could be used as another threat on the retake.
Kai's putting himself in a great position to be able to rotate over quickly, but you still do ideally want to have Demka being able to find at least one kill. Flashes, they're peeking into him so slowly. D-Hub picks up one as well into Palace. That's the last threat eliminated. It's only main you have to worry about, and with Isaac getting peppered up, he is being served. Hades puts them down in the most unlikely round. Monte will close 13-7.
God, I was not expecting it to go so pear-shaped so quickly, but it all started with that nice move from K at the start of the round, and then they just walk into their death. I mean, an absolute trap that is lined up on that A-bomb site. It's nice shooting from D-Hub, but Hades finishing off the job when everyone
like he might be the best player in the world. And now when you're comparing and contrasting it to what NiP are bringing onto the table, Wrinkle performed, but I don't think that was ever a question. It felt like more around him the pieces necessarily weren't able to assemble the way you'd want them to. Rez was doing all right as well, but then immediately after that it felt like Isaac wasn't necessarily the biggest contributing factor. Maxter as well, a little bit all over the place. We didn't see enough from the pieces outside of the core 2 from NiP, and hopefully now as we head into the pistol round we can.
Oh, there's a lot of noise into Cave. They're fast with this B-side attack. There'll be 4 by the time they get here, though.
Braxel good for only one. Rez has picked up the double. Wrinkle comes in with more. RR all over this B site.
Yeah, well, they got steamrolled, didn't they? I really thought that the extra reinforcements was going to get there in time, but Rez, very quick double entry. And the rest is kind of history. Nice quick call from NiP. A rather simple execute. Which is what the doctor ordered. They need that added confidence. And, you know, just to touch back on that point you're sort of making, I actually don't think I've been as, I guess, displeased with Isaac's performance on this map. I think Maxter is the one that really stands out to me as being I'm a little unsure about what he brings to the table on this map for NiP. I think Isaac can have a couple of slow performances, but every so often, I feel like...
Just to clarify, I meant Isaac on the previous map was kind of missing.
Right, okay, understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as Ancient is
you,
concerned...
though. He's had some really good performances on Ancient, though,
Yeah.
for sure. And that felt like it was even true on Gamer Legion before he sort of shifted away, right? Isaac used to play a side anchor over there, and although there were some critics about him, it felt like towards the end of last year he started turning things around, and on Ancient especially he was able to find form, which I'm sure was a major motivating factor for why NiP ended up recruiting him as well. So yeah, we are putting a spotlight on him. He has to be one of these performers, and right now as he's being given some fertile ground to farm, turns out there are weeds in his crops.
Well, they'll happily take that. First gun they find is an AK, and there were 3 brought forward here for NiP. Imagine Alex will want to separate himself from the bomb site and do his best to try and recover that rifle as much as possible, because it's a pretty valuable asset. they've given over to their opponents. Alex is actually not taking that risk. I'm just gonna let them get away with this AK. Color me surprised.
One color is surprise.
I don't know. This tap on the bomb will be very surprising. They're gonna run back. They're gonna lose weapons to the bomb.
Hey, that's worth it. Maybe less so, but still, it's okay.
The crazy thing is, if they did have a kit, that was actually just a 1 round.
You heard it here first, guys. Buy 1 kit on your eco rounds on Ancient and Nuke.
It actually could have been so crazy.
They've had their heart in their throat for just a second, that's for sure. This is an interesting start. You have a 4B setup with everyone still inside the site. You do not have aggression in through cave because of the Brawl and Molly. And when Krasnov finally does decide to go for something like it, he only has to try and clear it out, takes a nade to the face, and doesn't take too much damage off of it. But this is the push that we were looking for. Alex and K exchange lives.
Yeah, and Rez got dinked up to 47 at the very start of this round. Even the spam right through there from Krasnov is keeping Rez on notice. He cannot commit to that fight any longer. They're going to try and take space towards A, but Dia's already boosted up tree. They pull Molotovs out just as they round that corner, and so Dia does a lot of damage. The finish off onto Rez as well. He gets his 1 on the site. With Wrinkle and Isaac both walking wounded, these guns become a lot more prevalent for Monte.
The flashes are well spaced out to prevent Krasnov from actually taking down the bomb, but it's Isaac who does more than that. Finally, the trade is there. Hades doubles. And only Maxter left alive. He knows where the bomb was. He knows where K is. That kill's come true, and he should know that Hades was low. The flash is good, but it won't matter. Hades was sticking out the bomb with no HP. Maxter takes it down. Nicely recovered round. Diha was really hoping to finish off one of those kills in A main.
Yeah. He thought he did enough damage that nade would finish the job, but the absence of that extra frag making all the difference. Commit to another buy in the side of Monte. Get the AWP out, they've got 2 M4s alongside it as well. Hades can find something. He starts long, and he'll pick off Alex immediately. There is support in from Cave, but Hades is actually just gunning them down. Flash is great, though, but K out from Cave does double up himself. Is Wrinkle alone in this 1 versus 3. The Molotov's good, forces the fight, but a whiff. K will get another chance at it, and it finishes off with a triple, and he'll save the AWP all on top.
I'm not the biggest fan of the cave smoke to try and rush into the B-bomb site like that, right? You obviously are going to be making it more uncomfortable for the cave player to come back outside of it. But if Hades is covering off the angle like that, even if he gets a single kill, not the double, it's very comfortable for cave to come through and swap over, because you also have to keep in mind that rotation flashes from the CT are very fast. You can throw a flash over the B-bomb site from CT spawn itself, so you're always going to be blind going in for that second fight unless you've been completely okay going into the site like you have over here. Now this is more, I like it. Already in the site, they've got the kill. That's when the smoke blooms. So they get the eye line into cave as well, and this is as comfortable as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, the speed of scaling there. Monte were just so unprepared, completely caught off guard. 2 players on that B-bomb site ran down by the MAC-10s. And you saw the desperate move to try and get a kill back. Krasnov trying to take that same route that K did in the round prior. Just gets decimated. I like that. Didn't succeed, but they try again, and it is wonderful. They even find Hades. They get that AWP back. Oh no, Diha, don't do it. He walks right into Wrinkle's sight line. He was holding for it. He would have even had the shadow as a little forewarning. Well, this is good stuff from NiP so far. 4-1 start. And keeping it rather simple. It's another time that they've gone for a fast B hit. They did I mean, they did obviously a different execute in the pistol round, but they're keeping pace high. Deep smoke from Diha over on A, which will make them a little concerned. Something that they have to re-clear at a certain point, but NiP have mid for the meantime.
Well, that's uncomfortable. Wrinkle will be able to get the response, but it felt like for a second might have gone down with the ship. Oh, Hades in that corner has been a hell of a man to deal with. Rotation back out from Monte as well. They will at least have manpower concentrated in the right spot. Remember, Wrinkle is low. A single deagle body shot will do him in. So for him to come forward from cave would be a real risk to take. Hades, meanwhile, taking the duel. Damage not dealt either. So it's not like he's made things easier for his teammate. Isaac continues forward. He's trying to overrun them, but running out of bullets. It's all going wrong, but they're still playing recovery. And they've played it well. Isaac continues forward. Wants to keep getting aggressive. Demka and Kai now no longer feel like they have a chance to upset.
Yeah, you would have needed that kill. Demka does slide out and does find his frag. Oh, this is dangerous. Isaac's low enough. Wrinkle as well, in from ramp. Doesn't want to take that risk. But a tap on that bomb. They anticipate that Demka should not have a kit available. Wrinkle's the one that makes sure that he is actually not sticking it. And there is now no longer time here for Demka to pull this round off. They're trying to escape that bomb radius, but Demka gets one more. He'll try and chase down Wrinkle as well, just to do as much damage as possible. I don't even think Wrinkle will survive with this bomb going off. Yeah, it's a very costly round here for NiP against what was effectively just pistols and a little bit of armor spurted around on that CT economy.
They are expenses, yes, Michael, but at the end of the day, it's a tax write-off for NiP. They're more than consoled by it, considering the fact that Monte, with that kill from Hades, with that extra damage being dealt earlier on to Wrinkle, this could have gone very quickly wrong.
Sure.
Hell, I'm surprised that it didn't, considering how many shots it felt like the Monte and Eagles were able to actually chime in without getting even a single body shot in. It felt more like Monte lost that round than NiP winning it.
But this could just springboard Monte to come back onto the CT side if they actually convert on this round. Demka trying to be aggressive out from Cave, does lose his life, but K will be able to trade and get another kill right back.
Isaac, he's gonna see him, but it won't matter. Isaac's found the instant kill. Now Dia is ready for the team to come forward from Wrinkle, but what a quick switch out from Isaac. We'll be able to find the heads. Here's that game that we were all kind of hoping to see coming out from the Swede. Kai has gone back to the B-bomb side. They've decided to play their own territories. It's going to be very hard for Hades to defend.
Yeah, they'll be out of earshot. You won't know until it's a little too late. Smoke down. And should it bloom in his face? Yeah, not looking like he's going to get much done on this site. Just trying to buy time in any way, shape, or form. What? Oh! The no-scope through the smoke! Hades should not get away with that. That is a gift. Oh, and he spotted Wrinkle just readjusting into Brokey. K, the perfect jiggle. Wrinkle has to fight. He has to be able to thin down the herd. He couldn't fight one at both times. And so he finds the perfect time to strike. Fantastic work from the AWPer of NiP.
So much done by Hades over there with that random no-scope through the smoke. That is, it's a bold call to make. Obviously, they already knew that he was likely going to be there, but they just can't convert afterwards. They don't have the utility. They don't have the scaling to be able to cross over. And when Hades doesn't find the first kill, you could see it just being over.
Yeah, Wrinkle knew he had to take a fight before they lined up the perfect double swing, and I mean, he just catches Hades in the open.
9-2 right now. Wrinkle is no stranger to numbers like this, but right now not afraid of trying to make them look even more impressive. Misses out of the first. MP9 closing the distance. Wrinkle will not find anything this time. Over Kai, a team kill in the middle of the chaos. Alex looking to recover, and a grenade that might have gone a little bit awry. in the middle side of the map. Still losing numbers, but NiP are indifferent. They are up 7-1. We are well past the stage where Monte can console themselves, but hey, our comeback could be easier.
Yeah. I mean, the challenges that they're facing are... NiP are just making a lot of good decisions as far as playing off of each other, especially when they think or expect some aggression out from Monte. There have very frequently been players next to or nearby enough that they can set up for trades. And even in that round, you know, I think a good understanding of what Monte were likely bringing to the table, and so they clustered themselves up at B lane, and even with the aggression, I guess, seemingly catching them out on timing, very quick response from the rest of the squad. And Monte have tried to be aggressive and take these deep fights towards lane. It has not always borne fruit either. It's in, I think, only one round where they've properly contended for it.
Yeah, when K was left behind in the smoke, Demka and Krasnal trying to get the squeeze in.
They've definitely conditioned Monte away from the mid duels.
Diha is about to be contested yet again. Now he knows where Wrinkle is, and he might even be expecting this in some ways. I cannot believe that Demka doesn't land a single shot of that. Shadow spotted, and that should have been advantage for Diha, but Alex anticipated after they didn't see anyone behind on the boost. So Alex was pre-aiming that and can just win the duel outright despite him being low. Isaac is the one to go out first. Demka will find him, take him down, and they might want another grenade, but there isn't one. He has to do it the old-fashioned way. Pushes through the smoke. Bomb is recovered by Maxter, though, and can be planted comfortably. Monte have no way to contest. They might even think about saving, but when you look at the scoreline up top, do you dare try and fight for the long game? No, you don't. Hades wants to retake, and what Hades wants, Hades will get.
I'm not so sure. I mean, yes, Hades is applying pressure, but K's the one with the kit. They don't have a smoke. This will be very difficult. They know that they have to contend with Donut. Shadow spotted inside of Temple as well, so K is likely a dead man walking a tap on that bomb. Wrinkle will not miss a beat, and now Hades has to really run for high hills. A nice shot onto the jump spot of Wrinkle, but the damage is done. 8th round secured here for NiP. And they've had quite a few close shaves, low survivors in these rounds they win, but the critical part is that they are winning them. An 8-1 scoreline.
NiP are doing some great things, do not get me wrong, but Monte's individuals are not delivering. You cannot have your A site anchor be 1 and 6 when he has very often been on that A site and not just been getting caught on rotations. You cannot have your B cave player in Krasnal be 3 and 8 either. The only round they have won is the only round where the stopping power was actually there in the first place. That was when Hades gets his double kill on the entry path into B, and immediately after they lose to the force buy as well.
Dude, look at the
We
call.
need individual form, and NiP are just completely running over them right now.
Yeah, this is the perfect choice. They've been ceding so much control in through mid. Monte put so much effort this time over in controlling that territory. They give up an open A bomb site. They are playing for the retake. But there's a lot of presence inside of Donut. More presence than I think Maxter anticipated. 3 on 4. But once again, there will be problems here for Monte. They only have Kai on that kit. They'll slide out through the smoke. Wrinkle has found another headshot offered up. Demka able to bring it down. Once again, still holding that man advantage. But it's on timing. Isaac holding that close cross to Alex. And Alex as well. That should have been a guaranteed kill. Instead, it turns up that Monte will be able to find their second round. They were out of position. The call from NiP was near perfect. But then they don't smoke off Donut. They don't section. And Monte overrun for that retake.
I wonder if NiP thought that it might be just a B lane take instead and they'd already be inside there because they were relying on the Molotovs to just try and flush forward the donut player, and hey, if it gets smoked off, it gets smoked off, and then that one guy can't contest with us. I even wonder if they were ready for how many people were coming in through that, because if they were, I mean, obviously they would have just liked to smoke it off instead. Last time a call like that didn't work, they just ran it again, though.
Yeah, that's true. And they may need to, because their money is not in a great spot. So they're likely for a half buy, and then they'll get another full gun round out in the last round of the half. Now, if they do run it again, and Monte lose it, I don't know what to tell you. This map is probably done.
I think
They throw B lurk smoke.
it might be another A hit at least. It isn't going to be the full commitment. Remember, this is basically a force buy coming out from NiP,
Yeah.
right? You need the bomb plant at the very least, if not just the full round. And Hades has replaced Diha. He has replaced the squeaky wheel with his own legs. Can he run them fast enough? One shot there. Second around the corner perhaps, but he'd like a flash to help. No, he won't. Good for two, and that's what they got last time over as well. Diha now provides a second contact, and Demka will be giving the dunk now. That is exactly the adjustment Monte needed to keep a hold of that A-bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, perfect. Just the adaptation that you're talking about, Hades taking up that long line while Diha can play that second man to defend the bomb site, and then having Demka right behind him as well, because there was just an absence of presence in middle. If there was going to be a lurk from NiP, they'd have to have run to try and help his teammates on that A-bomb site. Fantastic work. I was surprised that NiP actually committed to that force buy. They started with techs, and then they slowly upgraded their weaponry into the Lils and the sword, and it just doesn't work to actually help them create that extra room. So jump spot out from I. And they're stuck behind you till they will blow the smoke, but no one actually peeked for it on the side of Monte. The burst. Oh my goodness. Wrinkle's doubled up. First kill, fine, fair. The flash is good, but for him to have taken that space, this is another one of these low buy rounds here for NiP, and they've just sieged this B bomb site, gotten all the entries they needed. 2 on 5 for this, with an AWP to try and manage this retake.
Somebody call the fire brigade. Because Monte right now are having their houses lit up and they've got no idea what to do. NiP and these half-buys keep on getting away with it. Hades might be good for the one. Diha, though, is locked out of this round, this half. 9-3 NiP. More than happy as they go into the break. Disaster strikes, but sometimes it strikes multiple times. That's how what Monte felt like when they lose out a couple of half buys in that first half. And NiP, though, the recipients of success, they find 9 off the back of great calling and great fragging.
Yeah, some faster choices, that's for sure, in the ways that they played out that T side. They were going for a lot of these bursts, these fast executes. And Monte could do very little to sort of contain that. Outside of the rounds that you're sort of mentioning, where Hades is often taking that first contact, it was very difficult for them to register much success on the defense. So, NiP bouncing right back into this series after a pretty poor result on Mirage. Looking like they're setting us up for a nuke within this one. I would be remiss to say, it would have been very disappointing if NiP went down with a whimper in this close qualifier.
Yeah. Isaac. Initial peek forward will betray the plans initially of what is coming over from the Monte side. He will still largely be lonely, but a Molotov will at least help out and make this a more difficult routing. Isaac is found. Demka, the one to put him down, and Alex holding the back of the bomb site, is likely to suffer the same fate, but just in different hands. Rez is the only one to respond so far, and his response is short-lived. Just like a pen that ran out of ink, but with blood instead.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if you get as many kills as that so quickly, you're going to be more than happy with how this pistol plays out. Sure, a team kill to find Wrinkle at the end. But they will be happy with the result regardless. That's the first piece of the puzzle for Monte if they want to put up a bit of a contest on this map.
Wow. He got for NiP, they are in no rush. Now listen, 9-3 is a bit of a daunting scoreline, 100%. But we also have to keep in mind that the stopping power issue for NiP could very much come up the same way it was there for Monte as well.
Sure.
They do not have a team of consistent fraggers the same way. Now, they're an excellent team, especially when they're on. But it's not like Monte doesn't have a hole that they can try and squeeze through to put themselves in contention again.
I think as well, it's fair to say that NiP will have higher expectations than Monte do for their season. Given the way that the end of last season sort of played out for them. And NiP will know as well as we do that they've had a couple struggles coming into the latter portion of this year.
I mean, look, you could see NiP. If NiP made it to Atlanta, here's the cool thing about the qualifiers, actually. If NiP made it to Atlanta, I would believe that they were a dark horse to win it. If Monte made it to Atlanta, I would believe that they were the dark horse to win it as well.
Sure.
There are a lot of very high-level teams coming into these qualifiers, and hell, I mean, NiP and Monte found that out the hard way in the upper bracket.
Yeah, losing to Gun 5. I know you said that you saw that one coming, but I did not have faith.
Well, maybe NiP has faith in their mid-side retake, because that's what it looks like they want to try and play over. They do not have flash for Wrinkle available. Maxter doesn't have a head available. That's a little bit more important than the flashes.
No util left here for the CTs. So if Monte slow things down, there'll be a lot of straight-up gunfights. Wow! What? Did the spam from CT actually help Demka see through that smoke? I think it might have given him a gap to see Rez. That's wildly unfortunate for him. Alex is suspicious of this smoke, and he'll need to be. Demka is waiting for it to fade. A jump made by Alex, and Demka will fire off thinking he might have had a free kill.
The problem is, while these guys have been having the little tete-a-tete, the B bomb set has been occupied and the bomb will be planted. Demka had no chance to reload, and Alex right now has to take this chance to retreat. Monte will give themselves that 6th guarantee, but it's all about trying to hunt down that AWP and M4.
I don't know that they'll make too much of a conscious effort for it. They lost 2 to the USPs as well, so they want to remain good stead in their economy, especially when they know they have to make this comeback happen. Actually might be more of a risk than it's worth to get rid of these weapons. They are containing them, and they can start to pincer in from both sides. If they lose both guns, it's really, really bad. Yeah, Hades.
That is... Sorry, that's just one of the most obvious things that I've seen ever. Like, look at me, guys!
Please look at me. And they didn't.
Quick spoiler alert, by the way, to the stream. I'm going to be discussing some of the upper bracket results. I just checked them as well. We do have, in fact, Gun 5 beating Sashi and going forward to the upper finals, where they'll be facing up the winner of Saw versus Game of Legion.
Well, damn. Gun 5 making a run of it.
There you go. Still, it's all about the lower bracket over here, and it's all about Monte and NiP and whether they can also do the same.
Well, this is a rather strange buy. I was holding on to the AWP and the AK in that previous round, but Isaac is the XM.
See, the justification for shotgun players is always, listen, as long as I get a kill, I'll be fine.
Sure.
I hate that. Now, he'll have $4,700 in the next round, regardless of whatever happens, right? He'll have a buy in there. And as Wrinkle is trying to get run boosted forward, he has instead been run down. Those sound similar, but they are not the same, I can promise you that.
Alright, it's all on Isaac with that XM. If they decide to finish towards A, they might be in for a nasty surprise.
They said 10-4, they need me there, but little do they know, I've got a 10-14. And they're going over to the B side. So Alex could be the one to be giving them the surprise, as the red room cut off could come true. They are going A, I'm lying through the skin of my teeth. Very nice shot on the grass still, and Isaac's got a chance here. Hades moving forward. Gun barrel will be sticking out, but his shotgun is bigger, badder, better than what Isaac has to offer. It even goes long range.
Hades surviving on 1 HP. He got dinged. That's tough. Smoke. Oh my goodness, Alex.
Wow.
I'm surprised he gets away with that one. Demka looks so ready. What an assertive move from Monte. Just ran mass numbers out mid, and they caught NiP completely unbeknownst to them. The fight was coming much faster than they would have foreseen.
I think it might be time to stop hunting Alex, guys. Hades knows that the only way to be safe of the bomb in Ancient is to go to the literal opposite corner of the map.
Yeah. I had a game earlier where I tried to save inside of Red Room after his planted B. You know, safe plant for long, and died a full 100 HP. So, gotta give this bomb a lot of respect on Ancient. I feel like I've watched enough of this map, and I've played enough of this map to know the distance, and I'm still caught off guard sometimes.
Looks like this might be a bit of a lane play from Ninjas in pajamas right now, but no, he's only respect, and they are not being respected at all. Diha is letting his feet be toasted and roasted, but all in the meanwhile, Alex has continued his stretch of form as he finds another quick kill. Maxter. Okay, even as he turns around, he might have had his back spotted out. Crastle, though, will still be being a little bit tenuous as the peek forward will expose himself to Isaac. Isaac gets the dink and Maxter gets the finish. Very nicely played between them, and NiP look like they are setting themselves up to inaugurate the scoreboard on their CT side, especially with that kill on Hades. Isaac fully aware, but it is Monte to feel the pain. All 5 alive for NiP.
Yeah, that's a beautiful sequence from Isaac. I mean, his position, you know, you could see Maxter, he had that call relayed over to him that he needs to re-smoke elbow so that he could, so that Isaac could actually take first contact on the fights towards ledge. He hits the dink, Maxter swings, and then Isaac jumps up with him, and he's fully conscious of the possibility of timings. You know, lovely shot as well, downrange to Hades. beautiful stuff. Nice team play. That is the third time I think I've seen that Molotov miss for NiP, which is a little bit of a shame. It is sometimes free damage. It can prevent the quick scaling up through lane to close jag. And all the meanwhile, Isaac helping to lock down middle alongside Maxter. B exec.
This is not going to be easy. Wrinkle shot being missed could be a difference maker. Hades had to find Rez. With Rez going down despite the smoke being a little bit lurky. Diha, good for one. Rez is waiting for Diha to push forward, but Diha with the bomb is trying to be responsible. Responsibility is only on K. He's got 3! Down to a one-on-one, and Maxter has the world to deal with. K could have gone back to A, but Maxter will have guessed correctly. He's lurking around the corner! That round was lost! It was gone! K puts his hand into the grave to pull them out of it.
I don't know how he's pulled that off. The reload, abused, exploited, fine. But for him to have spray transferred into the following two is a marvel. That is magic that NiP thought would be reserved for themselves.
Blast is good, but damage is really nice. K again! The crown of a savior does not come off after just one round.
If Monte win this map and close the series 2-0, that 1v4 will just be rent-free inside of NiP's head.
I mean, yeah, Demka, what are you doing?
That is crazy.
Diabolical.
But just like that, they lose Demka, and they still got another kill.
NiP have been given the bomb for free, but Hades' Molotov is going to be the difference maker.
Absolutely.
He's not at the greatest spot to deploy it, is the issue.
The thing is, if they breach into cave, this round is just devastating.
Nicholson worried about someone coming in from lane itself, but Monte have played up the double up. Wrinkle has a chance. He really does, and with the flashbang blooming, he's missed his shot. Repeat from Hades. He's holding the angle, and as Diha will make the crossover, Hades will not let go what K has given him. Monte recover.
I can't recall if NiP have another timeout or not. Well, they do.
There you have it.
Last one.
1.
Because should they lose this gun round, they are in trouble. They're not even committing to the full buy. Their money wasn't in a great spot to get everything they want, so they're going 5 MP9s. And I don't hate this.
I'm worried about what this is going to do to Monte, though. Monte have struggled with dealing with half-buys.
Sure.
And in all fairness, that was when it was the T side doing the half-buys. It's much harder to deal with a couple of MAC-10s running at you than MP9s who have to come in from different angles.
This won't serve as make or break, but when if we get to that 10-10 scoreline, NiP will be stuck in to buy, half-buy territory. The smoke, mid-play. Rez has found his kill over towards the B lane. They've been aggressive in multiple fronts here.
Oh, no.
And it's funneling them towards an A-side attack, in which it will be heavily reinforced by rotates.
NiP, no. NiP, no. The flashes are great. Their eyes are white, and Isaac will pull the tears out of them.
Why do we buy rifles? What is the point? How well did that work? Off of so much less than some of these previous gun rounds. They get a kill on B lane. They get full information. They see and hear multiple numbers outside of ledge outside of elbow. Sorry, when they blow the smoke, and everything goes exactly the way that NiP want. You know, they're funneled into fights that they don't exactly enjoy on the side of Monte, and the flash timing was beautiful on the rotate as well. Like, you could have asked for a better round.
By the way, lest we forget, Monte was on $1,400 loss bonus, and they had been keeping very few numbers alive for the past few as well. So they're not going to have a bye at all for the rest of this game unless you win here. It feels like you might have just lost off of that one anti-hard by Winkle. Now, in he goes. Collateral is there, and Alex is trying to serve as janitorial duties. There is an AK around the corner, but Rez is quick to deal with it and more. It's only Demka, and he is dead. Monte's hopes of finishing in 2 are dwindling in front of our very eyes.
I mean, it's small things as well there from Alex. After he loses Wrinkle, he doesn't overcommit to the fight. You know, he's jiggling, he's waiting for Rez to rotate and for them to both be able to swing both sides of the site. You know, those small details do add up. If Alex had swung, desperately trying to get numbers back on that MP9, it could have been a very quick domino effect. And Monte might have been able to breach the site. Small bits of team play do sometimes just add up. This time, the run boost for Wrinkle will bear fruit. Krasnal dropped, and Maxter holding for the permeation of the smoke. So they find 2 kills right off the rip. After they were gifted a K1v4. I thought for sure they might have been able to close this map, but it has been half buys for NiP that have been a major problem for Monte to put away. And it just keeps getting worse. 2 on 5 now to play.
Might already be having thoughts of Nuke right now. I'm sure NiP are.
Good nade. 1 on 5 for Diha. That he brings to 4.
Love to have him have about the 4 of those where that came from, but only so many grenades you can buy. 13 for NiP might have been labored at the end of it all, but they still get it done. Monte, some heroic efforts, but it wasn't enough considering how poor that first half ended up looking. It ends up being the same fatality for them though, Michael. In the first half and the second, it's those damn half-lives.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as...
Coming out with 2 kills, always cutting off rotates. He was so incredibly good that it feels like it would be criminal to see him missing on a map that he has been so heavily associated with. Hades, on an individual level, though, was opposite on Ancient than what he was to Mirage. He was really a stopping force. Always harder to get that pulled off on Nuke, but you want to see it come through regardless, and we're going to have to wait to see whether he actually does pull it all together. If we're gonna see Kai come alive, can we see him before it's a 1v4 though?
You might be asking for a little too much there. Fast A take here from Monte, and Maxter gets himself onto the hut roof with those dualies. Alex as well, in from the high ground, striking with 2. Some fantastic shooting here in this pistol already from the CTs. And Monte stopped in their tracks. They can't even really get outdoor. Isaac flanking, but Demka spins for the frag. Back to 2 on 2, but Demka's really wounded.
I didn't realize Alex's knives were quite that sharp. Those are some poppy headshots.
Yeah.
Diha and Demka. Demka's still hidden away, and Rez has given up that footstep, so they know what's going on. And Rez didn't even check the corner. That's a dead man, and they knew where Alex was before. He could have actually gone back in through heaven, down lower. Alex misses it. Alex misses it. What? But no! He's down! Alex has somehow recovered, and the dualies, the BM, it is all deserved.
I can't believe it. He's falling when he gets that first kill. How has he managed that? That is...
Guys, if you just want to go Glock round, walk away from your PCs for half a minute, I understand.
Oh, that is so upsetting. Well, Monte snapped by into the second round. He comes so close, and it's stolen away by the Spaniard of NiP. Outside cross will be ventured. Smoke that will meet them on the lower side. Maxter there to contain Monte's progression. And they'll have to simply wait the smoke out. Maxter does have to be careful. He could very easily get overwhelmed by these pistols. Nice rotate from Rez. A fresh smoke and a nade that will do damage, but Maxter lost his head just peering over those stairs after the HE.
And in they go. Rez isn't able to finish off what that nade started, except for on Hades. Demka gives him that second chance, and Diaz looking to close the difference. And indeed he will, but not with a kill. Kai and Krasnell, despite the initial success that they may have found, will be limited in what else they can do. Kai, it is a 1v3, and this is where we saw him do his best. 30 seconds, no bomb, makes it more complicated than that, though.
Yeah, and Alex should be able to read this soon enough as well. Isaac's holding the door. And Alex holding in from decon. That bomb is a little bit too far away, and had to be an instant headshot there from Kai if we wanted to see the round play out. Good rotates. Fantastic work from Rez to make up for Maxter getting decimated in at the double doors. And Monte do make that expensive, but they really wanted to get into a position where they could threaten a plant.
This night should back a punch. And doesn't, actually.
Yeah, it went too far.
Oh, wow. Much sharper the Eagle right now than what we had in Ancient coming through, and Demka's been given chance again, and now with Maxter's demise, it is all coming apart. M4's recovered, Guy's got Kevlar. Now listen, Isaac still has a chance of taking down that bomb, but it's not without taking hefty damage on his own as well. Kai's M4 is kept alive. That grenade should be changing that, but it doesn't go deep enough. And now the smoke down as well. Plenty of targets for Alex to deal with. He's just trying to keep control over that bomb site area, but with how much HP he's already lost this round, feels like it's going to be down the drain.
Yeah, I mean, Demka's coming up from Secret as well, so he'll just be able to punch in that final kill. Alex knew he had to try and control that bomb, even on his low health. Tried to salvage that round, but Monte came in with only deagles. I mean, 4 of them on that attack, and they get 3 kills towards outside so fast. That's tough. He dealt with the force buy better. Crunch. That's what they had lined up here on the NiP side. They force bought into it. They wanted to try and apply some pressure, but it's 5-7 bullets out from Alex. It's so much damage, just couldn't finish off Krasnell, and so this A bomb site has been taken. Mike can be lined up. Isaac with that M4. The move to save. I think Isaac's going to try and throw a flash to see if Wrinkle can get anything further accomplished on this A bomb site.
There's where you wish you had a kid.
Yeah, and they're playing so safe as well.
Look, it was about time Monte gets, you know, a little bit of a run of form off the back of a half fight, and it's nice to see that they're able to actually get the capitalization after it as well. Was scared going into the round with how Ancient generally faced out, but toughy enough with Hades as well involved.
Yeah. And really not that surprising that Monte are good with the Deeg, but maybe not expecting a round that it actually ended up happening on.
Yeah.
And no armor. Just quick, clean headshots.
Do you try and make a play around this M4? Of course, you think about it, but the problem is buying any flashes at all actually puts you in a it puts you in a bad spot. Normally I am a big advocate of, hey, just buy a single flashbang. This is not one of those rounds. I do not have that assessment at all here.
Sure. Yeah, they just don't have the funds to really even think about that as an option, so... Maybe try to play one of the extremities with that rifle. He boosted Isaac out towards outside. Maybe to catch a quick cross to red or, you know, a wall of smokes if Monte decided for it. But it's a fast hit on inner and that will circumvent the presence of this M4.
Alright. For one, spotted out, and that's actually a great shot from Isaac to put him down. Isaac can fade back. He would really like to keep this M4 alive. Gotta let him drop over to a teammate as well. If he would like, he can theoretically even drop an op.
Oh, that's a lovely delivery. I didn't see Maxter up there, but...
Neither did Hades. Don't blame yourself. He's a pro.
Well, I
Now,
mean...
admittedly, you have X-ray
Yeah,
and map,
and
but
the
you
radar.
know, he's a pro. All in all, quite a successful round for NiP.
Absolutely. Keep the save them for. They get their hands on another gun. I was thinking, you know, Isaac got that kill T-roof, and one of those USPs maybe could have made the adventure for it, but it was being very, very cautiously guarded by Monte.
Wrinkle is independent. He will be able to afford up his own AWP. Did not need Isaac to throw one to him.
Yeah, it works out about the same as well.
One player without utility. Yeah. Would love to see him actually try and get involved with this one, though. Wrinkle's obviously been attributed as an aggressive AWPer, a player who is clearly has found inspiration through, you know, the likes of Simple and whatnot. Not like Wonderful at all, who has been attributed as a little bit more passive. You want to see Wrinkle getting aggressive. You want to see him taking the game into his own hands. For now, while he is down below, acting coy with Diha, the rest of the squads are up top. It looks like a ramp hit with a fake out back into A as well. Smoke out from Maxter. Double man setup on this ramp side is going to be a real tough time to deal with. Isaac's threatening to drop down, but they know he hasn't gone all the way in. Flash is there, and Wrinkle's found Diha. Isaac and Alex put their hands together to put the heads of Monte down. A great setup for NiP.
Be careful. Want to have a nice clean round, build some money here on the CT side. Demka taking a couple of names. Keep their economy somewhat in check. It's just all about doing damage now for Demka.
Hell, it's even fully worth it for him to save over here.
Be able to get away with it as well.
This was pretty good stuff for Wrinkle to find, and he goes aggressive for it.
Yeah, perfect timing for that.
Yeah. Right as Demka looks away as well. 3 alive, not quite the moneymaker, but you know what? It's enough.
Yeah, with how well it started, it definitely could have still gone better there for NiP. But they'll be happy they got the impact that they were looking for out of Wrinkle. Again, they create a nice crossfire setup and they play off each other perfectly in a ramp. No major gripes. There from Rez. See that smoke himself and was very conscious of them walking close main, but he does swing to continue fighting and Hades will catch him.
Oh.
They have got access to big garage, but I think Alex is conscious of that.
Yeah, he certainly is. Krasnell spotted out. Isaac could be the one to just take a swing out over here, and Krasnell would not be any wiser for it, but Isaac decided to play it a little bit more passively. Because Krasnell will be going in through the snow. He's not. The glass isn't broken. Remember, sightlines work both ways.
That's a
Krasel
good
also
angle.
knows where Alex is, and this is a fantastic way to trace it out. Isaac wants to get the exchange, but Krasel turns around and locates him. Kai's call will be enough to relay that information over and NiP, where they found themselves a few rounds. Unless Wrinkle was able to turn around and get Demka, that would have been an impossible one to find. Fourth on the board for Monte. They will not go and let NiP get that lead for free.
Man, you could see NiP just didn't have fingers to the pulse on what was happening in that round whatsoever. So many players getting shot at angles they just don't anticipate, getting shot from behind. Every angle they take up, there was a player there waiting on the side of Monte to activate. You know, Kai might even feel a little hard pressed the fact he got shot from close up when he had a teammate inches away from Wrinkle. It is well orchestrated. They created so much chaos. Hades, fast play into ramp, does find that opener, and Wrinkle will fire off a shot as well. So they're conscious of an additional man, or at least one that they'll have to meet on that lower bomb site. Okay, stopping the push into door. Nothing going to come off of this early aggression on the half-buy for NiP. Damn, Wrinkle fully evacuated. He ran through B to secret steps to try and link up with the top side.
He's not mucking about.
Okay, we'll just happily take kills.
He deserves them, Michael. I believe in Kai.
Yeah. I think I remember reaching out and asking how he prefers his name to be pronounced, by the way.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were about to say that I asked him how he felt after he wasn't the one picked up by Ents, and I just...
No. I think I remember reaching out asking whether he prefers K or Kai, and I believe his response was, I don't care. He was very understanding of the reason people might have said Kai, and the reason people might have said K.
He also admitted that Kai sounds cooler. There's been like a couple of players who've had that happen where they're like, listen, I meant for something else, but this just sounds kind of cool.
His words were he would prefer Kai.
Okay, well, all right. I'm happy with it. Kai is cool.
Because I know we've been flip-flopping between the two because...
It can be hard.
Yeah.
Kai, up top. Oh dear, that is a very deep Molotov, and Isaac wasn't quite ready for it. Forced away from the angle.
Very well timed. I don't know if that Kai actually saw the player in secret, so a Molotov may have just saved Kai's life on top of Silo. He was getting ready to peek towards Garage. Just as that swing happened. This is a much more slow developing round here for Monte. You're anticipating NiP to try and play forward, given how much space Monte have been able to take in some of the rounds prior.
That is a great timing of the respawn from Actor, actually.
Yeah, just allows him to clear close door as well.
This is getting very difficult for Monte to actually be able to break onto a bomb side. Maxter is making sure of it. Resmoke again. They will have to go gray screen, but Demka doesn't care. He finds Maxter in the little window that he had, and now as he tries to scale back into the side fully blind, he'll get one. Rez on the backstab, but Isaac's here to prevent Kai from finding more. 2-on-2 as they've gotten control of the bomb site somehow, but it's Isaac to be leading the charge back in from doors, or at least that's what he's threatening to do. Wrinkle might be first contact with Krasel around the corner. Isaac and Wrinkle immediately remove all defenses.
Actually looks so promising there for Monte. They got the first kill in a door. They saw this deep re-smoke in from main, and even with that information, understanding that smoke came in from quite far away, they they didn't actually clear main properly. Rez was able to get a kill in the back and just buy time for this vent rotate, even though he had to commit to a reload right as he was taking a gunfight. Monte, I think, is maybe losing track on who was who. But NiP make great use of that small miscommunication or absence of realization that Monte have collapsing into the site, given that there was additional time pressure from this B side. They haven't had to deal with in some of the prior rounds. And it's a way more aggressive face from Monte and NiP alike, just sieging towards each other in at ramp. And NiP just completely brush it aside.
Look, NiP are doing a great job of keeping things even for sure, but frankly, Monte are probably happy with how many rounds they've gotten so far. The problem is that I still am feeling a little bit trepidatious about the fashion in which some of these have come through, right? I mean, you're looking back towards the half-buy, or practically the eco win that sort of helped them get past that third round mark, to find the fifth immediately after that as well. NiP are getting the consistent, stable rounds that inspire faith, and now Monte needs some of those of their own, but they're met by the flames right as they open the door. That looked like it might have even been a T-side Molotov stolen away in the previous round, but nothing feels quite that bad.
Could be dangerous. Demka, oh, he does dive down the vent. Maxter, I thought, might have been in for a duel if he continued to scale on towards top hut, but Demka content to just sow some doubt. Create a little bit more chaos by having that presence in towards the lower side, which they will be very aware of on NiP. Isaac's actually not committing lower. He's not going to give that fight over. Of course, there are sound cues that Demka would have to make if he wanted to continue to apply pressure and maybe even just create awkward opportunities for Isaac. So he stays to ramp. As that the rest of the team aren't actually with that player on lower. But it's some util thrown at ramp, and Monte are starting to peel themselves away. Okay, they're running outside. No smoke. Very little to help them on this cross. They do just have to fight out of this position.
And they will do just that, trade 1 for 1 as they continue forward. There's no one out in heaven in time. I think Wrinkle actually might have missed the shot.
They'll be scared to run through the vents as well because they knew that Demka's down.
Oh my goodness, even Kai finding the initial kill. Wrinkle can't really rotate over. The Eagles just found him, takes him down, and NiP have fallen apart. Demka was the change-up. Demka being able to get that lower bomb side that easily made them just so scared consistently. NiP couldn't even really go out and take initiative on their own.
I actually don't know if they timed all the util at ramp to a control room window break. Because I'm trying to think how Demka gets into that position without NiP, I guess, face-checking it to a certain degree. But hell, it works wonders. I really thought they were going to encounter more difficulties crossing towards outside. And they get their kill, they run lower, and NiP they have no comfortable rotates because they knew that Demka was already towards the lower side of the map. If they go through those vents, it's such a hard duel to be favored in as a CT. That's actually crazy. I thought that was even an angle where Monte could have even saved in the 5v5 because they just had so little in the tank.
Sometimes you just gotta double swing out or quadruple swing out in long, I guess.
I guess so. Would have been a weirder save to call, but one that actually had justifications.
This time it feels like it might want to be just a quieter, controlled play across their wall of smokes to decide not to do that. Just keeping 3 players in the outside area. Alex is expecting maybe an upper side hit, but with information found, Kai has been left on 1 HP. Rez inside the smoke will locate Diha. Very nicely done.
Yeah, spam the sides of it and just got a glimpse of Diha. Yeah, I thought he may be able to cross without being spotted. Yeah, the damage that Rez has done already in this round is substantial.
Even expecting the boost up for Hades. Very nice. All in the meanwhile, Hades does adjust. It's well placed, but just off by a smidge. 30 seconds. Time's running out, and Monte may have found success with these lower timers earlier on. They've got a lot less to do it with now, and maybe they don't need it. Demka, good for the one. They know Rez is up, either in heaven or behind it, but as he's lost his teammate, Maxter's demise will then be followed up by Rez getting the refrag. 10 seconds, the bomb is still not here. Rez only needs to keep his life. A great flick, and they will still get the plant in time. How are Monte doing this again and again? Only the one sweet to cross up, and it is Isaac in the 1-on-2. He gets nothing. Monte again saved the day with 7. Can they extend in that second half? Let's find out after a bit.
My mind is full of fear, 'cause I felt this world without you. I feel safer when you're here. It's been a couple months now, feels like time's been moving slow, and I can't tell where my head's at, so can you let me know? Is it wrong of me to think of you all the time, even though I'm with somebody new every night? And I pray, and I pray, and I pray that you feel the same way. Is it wrong of me to think of you all the time, even though I'm with somebody new every night? And I pray, and I pray, and I pray that you feel the same way. I'm out of focus, I need a spark. I can't keep living in the dark. Nothing feels right, my thoughts are unclear. I just wish that you were here. 'Cause when I'm alone, I get lost in my head, and I try to think back to the things that you said. But living without you is taking a toll. Feel like I might lose control. When I'm down and can't push through, I know you're the one I can turn to. You make me feel like someone new, 'cause I'm never sober when I'm with you. Cause I'm never sober when I'm with you. When I'm down and can't push through, I know you're the one I can turn to. You make me feel like someone new, 'cause I'm never sober when I'm with you. I couldn't imagine where we would be now. I wish we could somehow live in a moment in time.
Monte have found an unexpected freestyle to 7, but will NiP be able to match their pace in the tango to the death? Loser for here gets eliminated in the ESL Challenger Atlanta European Close Qualifier. Monte are hoping to move forward with that initial lead.
Yeah, neither of them was expected to be in the lower brackets so soon in this close qualifier. I'm sure they would have banked on themselves to have made it to that upper round semifinals, but both of them getting upset by Zashi and Gun5 respectively, and I don't know how much of an upset those truly are, but given the value and I guess the stock of these players on both these respective teams, you would think they would be doing maybe better than they are. It has been a true scrap here in the lower bracket. Both of the teams winning their respective map picks with an air of dominance, and sure, there was a little bit of a slip from NiP towards the end of their pick on Ancient, but now they find themselves in a pretty precarious spot. A deficit moving into this T side. And many rounds, I'm sure, that they would have thought they could have done better on after that defense.
Well, that's a quick overrun from Rez. Thank you very much. I didn't realize you came here with a steamroller. Still 2-on-2, and it is quickly turned back. Rez is not stopping. He has lost too many rounds that he knows he shouldn't have. Kai, though, is still in the mix, and Alex cannot plant the bomb. He's taking the peek, and Kai knows that prerogative was on the Spaniard, but he's taken initiative and done it rightfully so.
That's another big multi-kill from Rez on a T-side pistol, and another clutch round for Alex on this map in pistol rounds. In a 1v2 to deal with before on CT, and this time in the one-on-one, he doesn't falter.
Can Rez catch a break, by the way? He's 15 and 10.
Catch a break, he got 3 kills.
Yeah, this time he finally won the round. Last time he got 3 kills and 99 damage on top of the other one, and they still lost.
Yeah, that's fair. Can't complain about 99 damage. Next time, just do 100.
Well, he's going to have his chance over here, but repeat back out with the MP9 is kind of overrun, and switch out for the AK. Hades trying to go for some cute wallbangs. In fact, if that had hit, I would have been mad on the T side. Kai's got the position and the weapon for this one. Molotov goes right past him. Kai's been sharp, and this is no different. Give him a pair of scissors and he'll cut the world right now. Alex all alone, and this time he cannot clutch.
You mean to tell me Ents ignored this guy?
Bro, I swear to God, that's exactly what I was thinking. This is why the super pole team didn't work. You didn't have the superest of the poles.
Yeah, a real shame when that 9 core got split up, but Kai, they get for lost time. Some, honestly, crazy rounds from him so far this series. Force buy from NiP, they have full access to ramp. Very defensive play in from Kai. Hades will hit 2 tags towards outside. He'll finish off Rez with a headshot, and Krasnal already rotated down towards the lower side. Has that Galil employed, and the extra bullets certainly go a long way. Some decent damage onto Alex. Even if he should cede that duel, but that's a bit ambitious. See how trying to beat past that smoke on the Molotov, and oh my goodness, Demka has also run through the same. Alex down to 1 HP.
You can do... Okay. There are so many things there that could have killed him. That grenade, if it goes a little bit too deep, right, that kills him. That Molotov should be killing him, like, you know, 4 weeks ago when the CT Molotovs didn't have their own inherent weaknesses.
There were 2 Molotovs that blew to his feet. He dodged the first one cleanly. He tapped back into the other one, still had 1 HP. Yeah, it's a little wild that he was able to make that round as close as it was.
Okay, Alex has just got some sort of utility of just resistance.
Yeah, for every health point he loses, he gets extra pistol power. He's found a kill from that 6 HP start. Doing decent damage as well on his attempt to hold ramp, but also knew that there were heavy numbers, and he's down to 40 HP. He cannot afford to take that risk.
Alright, Deagles will cycle back to Wrinkle, who's not had the best of games, but look, if there's a pair of hands I trust on this lineup, I would be happy to say his name for it.
Yeah, you just gotta create some level of room for Wrinkle to work. Wrinkle's the one that leads the way. That being that he can carve a path for his teammates to find a bomb plant at the very least.
Well, that would look like they all walked into his crossfire.
Yeah, that definitely could have gone better.
Like, Isaac's got the bomb, and he's got a gun. He might not have time, but if he can find a kill, then there's some more damage to be dealt. And although the previous round's damage was kind of insignificant because you were going to have the rebuy over here regardless, this one, less so. Even 2 kills is not bad at all.
Yeah, probably praying they attack his bomb site, but don't do it too well, please. Or at least it's 2 and 11. And he's not really been having bad games with Monte recently. The previous map in Ancient wasn't the grandest of showings for him either. He started off this series hot.
Well, I tell you anything's a matter, unfortunately, and for Maxter, he has ended Crassel's life. Does exchange a lot of his own HP for it, and with Kai's aggression forward, you know he's thinking about it, but maybe after the smoke, finish it up.
Yeah, Diha's really close to this outside progress, and NiP are making a couple audio cues that will have Hades to try and take that first contact. Diha should be able to swing unbeknownst to NiP.
We'll fly forward. It's diagonals. Diha no longer being given any support, and that Shadow is hardly any help either. Diha just cannot get a kill.
Almost felt a little telegraphed. Hades to fire off that shot. You know, it's usually utility first. And then maybe some shots downrange, but
there is still Hades' great angle. He's found the first. And as they're crossing over, the bomb dropped as well. Rez gone. Low range. No scope doesn't quite work for him, but Kai's always been in possession all along. Are they going to commit here? No. They're back to the A bomb side, and Demka's demise will make it seem all the more safe to do so.
this should be a save decision.
I'm with you. But is Kai?
Or he could try
Yes, he
Ninja.
is. He does have that kit. That's true.
And a Molotov.
It is a
Too late.
dangerous combination. And yeah, you won't have it.
Yeah, Wrinkle was even hovering just to make sure.
No, that's in a missed shot. He gets that.
Terrorists win.
Seventh round on the board for NiP, and Monte will be pressed for cash, but they will still be force buying into this one. You can get out a couple of rifles, you can be in a decent position, but you have to make a play with them.
We have been struck by 2 low buys already this map. Well, that's the second round force for Monte in this second half, or there was the third round Eagles and 1 Glock. That turned heads in the first half. Won't want to full foul to this. All the same, Hades does find his first. Just as Wrinkle tried to cross to outer, he was boosted up red and loses his life too damn quick.
Kai's in a great position for just the one, but Hades coming over could be helping him out a little bit as well. It all comes down to how NiP will peek, and if Master gives it up for free like that, then Isaac, well, he's just not expecting Hades. Where Monte stumble, they will be quickly picking themselves back up.
Funny thing there for Hades is because he got his kill outside so quick, he immediately rotated round towards the lower side and actually took up that position at ramp so that they could try and play off each other. So, I mean, great choice for the route of Hades. It was going to be hard for NiP to anticipate that, but they're getting flanked. They're getting boxed in much faster than they should anticipate. They just walked through ramp, and the flank is going to be so damn quick. Hades on the lower side, I mean, in a great position, and Diha can encroach in from behind. A fantastically put together round from Monte on what was saved rifle and a pretty deep commitment to buy around it. And NiP once again struck by a suboptimal buy from Monte.
And let's not forget, we already talked about how NiP have had troubles on Nuke. It felt like, you know, we saw the beginnings of that on the CT side as well, despite the fact that they a lot of the time looked like the better team. Those late round finishes where things got troublesome. Now that Monte are, you know, calling some nice early plays, getting those early pickoffs, it doesn't look like NiP have those 4v5 protocols down to save a round if it comes down to it. You don't have that quick, hey, we've got this one isolated area play where we just take control of that, get a kill, and then reset from there.
And it's how do you call out of this position as well if you're NiP. You know, when we looked back at Soul Gen 1, for example, a lot of problems on T sides for those teams. And you know, you try to pace up, you try to take fast bomb sites, and you could certainly try and take that approach, but when you're already facing down this scoreline where Monte only need 2 more, it can be such a tough call to make. That's a really nice snapshot kill there from Diha, almost getting caught off by Rez. Trying to play ahead of those smokes. Wow. The spam is perfect. It did cross, but it comes at a cost.
Oh, Diha needed that one. Doesn't have the HP to stick around for too long, but it's still okay. Keeps his life, and Demko will be able to extend their advantage. 4 versus 2. They know Diha's on the lower bomb side, but they won't be fully aware about Kai. Now, listen, he's alive. You should expect him to have rotated by now. It's a safe call to make that it's a 2v2 wherever you go. You just have to pick your poison at this point.
It's just one of the options. You know, going back to the secret stairs is going to take so much time off the clock that they know that it should be being contained. So, continuing towards lower, it does seem like the approach they'll take. They've got 1 smoke. They got to use it wisely.
Hades gave the rotation call over to try and get them a little bit mixed up, but he is going to be late to the party if he starts to bring his way over. He's worried about them having split up. And Alex has got the Molotov in the right position. Kai smoked off on the other side. Could just disrespect it. Diha gone. Kai does just that. Good for both, and Monte will collect upon the 12th and find match point.
That was just always going to be a tough call to make if you're NiP. And now you have to buy into this with, I mean, SMGs, Tech 9s likely. Do you try and wager that on a faster round? I wouldn't want to be the one that has to make that decision. Monte have done such a good job on the CT side containing possibilities. Even this, I mean, Alex dropping main, he hoped to get an isolated fight, and he got it, but Diha won it unscathed, and Kai is unrelenting in from ramp. So much damage, Krasnal swinging from hut, and even though they catch Demka in those vents, it doesn't net a kill. These 2 Deegs, all that remain, Rez and Maxter, 2 of the 3 Swedes here for NiP to try and keep them in this Atlanta close qualifier. Rez has struck in with his frag, but Maxter drops those vents, and Rez will lose his life all the same. Monte still kicking while NiP are sent packing.
And listen, I mean, look at what Demka and Kai just did all game long. That was some fantastic work between the two of them, really racking up the firepower. You go back to that first round where it felt like NiP had the win taken out from the assails as Demka's Deagle